Uncle from Another World just might be the Isekai of the year.
What about
If you're even a little bit familiar with the culture, you know that there are way too many isekais and very few good ones. This is one of the good ones. A self-aware parody isekai with a slice of life garnish portraying interesting characters, each with their own quirks. But this anime does have a problem, which I will get to in a minute. This is the story of a boy that was isekai in the year 2000 and returned to the original world in 2017 after 17 years, and by the time he returned, he was old enough to be called Ojisan. But here's the twist, he retained all of his powers that he gained in the isekai world, including magic spells and items like daggers, mind reading, memory alteration, sonic speed, flying, and after attaining all of these world-changing abilities, he did what any sane person would do: become a YouTuber. Nishiki from Tokyo Ghoul switched anime after getting clapped by Kaneki and decided to work as it's not Nishiki? Oh, my bad, it's Naofumi. Naofumi is the nephew of his uncle. Naofumi helps Ojisan rehabilitate into society, which is a completely new experience for him. This is Fujimiya, a childhood friend of Naofumi, who has a crush on him, but he is as dense as his uncle. Because apparently when Ojisan was in the isekai world, he did everything except building his harem. Bear in mind, it was the year 2000 when he got isekai'd, the simpler times, when there was no concept of a tsundere, and thus Ojisan thought she was being rude and ditched her in a town. It's like he was cursed with bitchlessness. Also, Ojisan is a true avid gamer. That explains the bitchlessness. Since Ojisan was a gamer, let's play a game. You have to guess, out of the 3 characters I mentioned, whose childhood is this? 3, 2, it's her. It's Fujimiya. It was hard to believe for me too. Fujimiya as a child bullied Naofumi. That face could bully a grown-ass man. For the most part, they have a good quality standard animation throughout the anime, but it also feels like they spent all of their budget on the female characters. Look at the dudes, now look at the maidens. Look at the dudes, now look at the maidens. Look at the dudes, now look at the maidens. There is no plot. It's a slice of life. You just watch along as Oji-san tackles through the problems of the modern world and his nephew Naofumi guides him along the way with an addition of his childhood friend Fujimiya. The finer details that nobody notices are one of the driving factors that suck you into the anime. Details like the language of both the worlds is different, or when Oji-san first arrived in this world, he called it the other world, not the original world where he was born and raised. And if you put yourself in his shoes, a person that spent the previous 17 years of his life in an isekai world, it makes sense for him to say that. Another realistic detail, more realistic than this kid being her, when he shows his memories to Naofumi, it's in a first person view, which is not very common to see. Out of all the things I stated, the humor of this anime is the reason why it's a must watch. It's not the same old slapstick humor. There are countless moments of silence where I laughed the most. It's unique. You know isekais where the MC becomes handsome after changing worlds? He is ugly in both the worlds. And it's exaggerated to an extent where he saved a woman and her kids from a monster, and he was so ugly that the woman thought she had to offer her body in return. Also, what the fuck is that face? They don't use cell phones to contact each other. Naofumi simply inverts the red flag and the spirits notify Oji-san that he needs him. There are also a lot of isekai tropes that are ironically twisted and exaggerated and produced in the form of good humor. The problem I was talking about is that there is no underlying story or goal compelling you to watch more and satisfy some sort of curiosity. This is not an anime that will make you think or alter your perspective, but it damn sure will make you laugh and entertain you. Damn, did I just describe every isekai ever? Reject isekai. Embrace YEAGER.
始祖ユミルの出現から